You know, I'm 65 years old, and frequently on these TikTok lives, I hear 30-year-olds, 30 something, just trashing boomers, and saying how we wasn't good vanguards, how we didn't leave nothing for them, and how we didn't, we the only one that benefited from affirmative action, civil rights, etc. And as I listen to the concerns of this generation and the 30-year-olds, their same concerns and fears was just like mine, and just like my mother, because I was raised by a single woman, and we lived in apartments, and her goal was to become a homeowner, and I watched her walk that goal down, even though she was the sole provider for myself. Just being honest with you, very little help from my father. So I don't understand the hostility. It took me, till I was 37 years old to buy my first home. After wasting a year and a considerable amount of money on this lease to own. I wanted a house, but I didn't have the down payment. So I got in this agreement to paying double what the home would have cost me through the bank, and paying double for what I was renting. And at the end of that 12 months, the double I was paying was supposed to be my down payment. And we got time, when the year was up and I got time to go to the bank with my down payment, the realtor that I had got involved with had lied to me and told me that he couldn't do that. He couldn't take that money, and gave me some old bullshit excuse. And at that time, I was 30 years old. I had been married a little over 3 years, probably 3 years and a month. And so it took me 7 years to buy my first home. And it wasn't easy. I worked 3 and 4 jobs. My wife, she was right there with me. She had a full-time job. She was helping me clean buildings at night. I had a full-time job working in manufacturing. I was a certified welder. I was a DJ. I was a disc jockey, nightclub DJ. I had a mobile DJ service. I owned a record store. I hustled pool. So, it's nothing of value comes without struggle. And when I was told that by my teacher, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, I said, well, how could that be? But I found out nothing of value comes without a struggle. Because if you don't have to struggle for it, you don't feel the same way about it. I see a lot of people, this stuff is give to them. They don't maintain it. They don't have nothing invested in it. So, the same problems that the youth is facing today is the same problems I face, the same problems my mother faced, the same problems my grandparents faced. I got a 35-year-old son. He's works 3 jobs right now. He bought his first home at 31 years old. And he was talking about starter homes this and mobile homes that. And I told him, I said, no, you already got children. You done started. You don't need no starter home. You need a home. And he went to work. But he grew up seeing two parents working. It's another thing my mother used to tell me, and I tell my children, I got 4. She said, if you got up every day and went to work, good things will happen. You know, I'm retired now. I retired at 61, and I still operate off a budget. I just don't go out here and buy everything I want, everything I see. You know, my grandchildren laugh at me. You don't have an Apple phone. Yeah. And ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna pay $1,500, $1,600 for a cell phone. But I can do everything I want to do on my $100 cell phone. But there's nothing wrong with wanting things like that. You know, there were certain things I wanted when I was a teenager. I bought a car at age 15. Couldn't even drive. I saved my money up. And at that time, I was making $1.85 an hour. I started my first, what I like to call, punch the clock job at 14 and a half years old, because in North Carolina, you had to be 14 and a half to get a worker's permit. At age 12, I had a paper route. So I was 37 years old before I could just work one job. And I say one job, but hell, I was working 60, 70 hours a week sometimes. So, no, I understand you. I understand your troubles. I understand your struggles. I understand your concerns, because they was the exact same as mine. When I bought my first house, first thing I said, I brought my mother by to look at the house. You know, she looked around at it, and she was pleased. And I told her, I said, Mom, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this. And she said, you'll do it. She said, you'll do it. My son, when he bought his home, my wife and I, we went down to look at it, and I was proud. Because he didn't get no starter. Home bigger than mine. And the first thing he said, Dad, I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna pay for this. And I smiled, and I told him, I said, that's the same thing I said when I bought my first home. And he's been in it now 4 years. You know, it's a struggle. Like I say, he works 3 jobs. You know, but sacrifice. Sometimes you got to deny yourself. But you know, I'm not beating up my young brothers and sisters. I know what you're going through. I've been there. And I just, you know, I got blocked from Alive Today. Because as I got older, I said, I'm going to stop giving unsolicited advice. But I'm not going to lie, it affected me, because I enjoyed the live. I did more listening than anything. And a couple of times I was asked to, you know, join the panel, and I refused. Because you learn more from listening than you do talking. But you know, it's not no war, it's no battle between young and old. And there shouldn't be no battle between the man and woman, the black man and woman. That troubles me too, because I see a lot of that. Nobody's perfect. And we all need help and guidance. And we all need a budget. Well, I done vented. That's all I had to say. Peace. Knowledge of self and others. We do what we will. Do for self.